You guys ready, man?
We're ready.
We're ready to roll.
Whoa. So much
geez.
distortion.
I really hope this sounds better than I think it sounds.
They're really sensitive.
Smoking Tire Podcast, where we're very sensitive. What's up? What's up, Smoking Tire Podcast? There's people. We're doing this live. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Guten Morgen from SEMA.
There's a lot of voices on this.
There's a lot of voices. We got the guys from Radwood. I'm excited. I'm about to be the king of this shit.
Yeah, you
Radwood.
are. Yeah, you are.
For those who have been living under a rock in the automotive universe, Radwood is the 90s themed car show. So we've got Art.
80s and 90s.
80s and 90s. So we've got Art, Brad, Rick, and Lane. Bienvenue. Welcome.
Thank you.
The gang of four. And if anyone out there, this is a video show. It's shot on my iPhone SE. Hello. I swear my phone is just going to get jacked. Some flat bill is going to roll up and just sprint out of here with
It'll
that.
be gone before you even know.
Patrick down there put mine on the floor, so it's definitely
I
disappearing.
mean, the good news is that phone has the insides of a 6, the outsides of a 5, but really most people think it's a 4. So it's not a big ticket item. It's almost period. And if there were 4 people on the planet that we're going to put on a 80s and 90s themed car show, and you could pretty much pick these people right here.
Yeah.
What's happening, guys?
Yeah, what up?
We're doing well.
It's good to be good to have you on the show. Is it good to be at SEMA? I think it is.
It's my first time.
50-50.
Oh, it's your first
Same here.
time?
First
All
time.
of your first times?
No.
Lane looks like a veteran.
He's tired.
You shook
9th
your
or 10th year?
Yeah, you shook your head like you've been here a bunch.
Yeah.
Have you been in the industry for a minute?
I have.
What are your guys' backgrounds?
I am with a company called MA Carbon, so we do carbon fibers for exotic cars.
Oh, cool. So you're like an OE supplier?
No, more aftermarket and stuff for the most part.
So like for Vorsteiner?
We have worked with them, but we do a lot of interiors, so we used to do all of
cool.
like AC Schnitzer's interiors. We
Oh,
used to do
neat.
all their stuff. We did that C3 Corvette over there. We did a bunch of
Oh,
stuff.
the convertible, the gray one?
Yeah.
Oh, that thing is bitching. What's
Yeah,
I saw it and it
It's
looked like a Ring
71
Brothers car, but it was not.
It's not. It's from a company called Heartland Customs. But yeah, they did a good job.
It looks Ring Brothers inspired.
It does.
At the very least.
It
the
does.
same kind of design ethos.
Yeah, and it's for I think the customer's in like Holland or something.
Really? I love finding out when these cars go to weird places.
Go look at it. It has a McLaren interior air vents.
Those are probably cheap. Bet someone's like, what are the cheapest air vents we can find for this vehicle?
Yeah.
McLaren, yes.
They got them from us.
What about you, Rick? What's your background?
I work in tech, but I just like
Okay.
cars.
All right.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I run a podcast too, but
Do people listen to it?
like 5. It's bespoke. It's bespoke.
Is that actually the name of it, Bespoke?
No, it's called the Clutch Kick Podcast.
Okay, cool. You can plug it. Feel free.
Than's.
Brad's been writing for a bit.
I have.
You've been working
yeah.
with the Glucker.
Yes, I started with Hooniverse like probably 6-7 years ago, and I still write with them. I have 2 podcasts. I'm a freelancer. I'm on the cover of European Car Month or European Car
Really?
Magazine this month.
As what?
Just his face.
Just
Just
my
your
face.
face.
Just my, no.
Full face feature like a Steve Bannon dramatic lighting.
Hell yeah.
This
Very
guy
grainy.
ruined
You
the
can see all the
European car
pores.
scene.
Everyone suspects you of having lupus.
No, I drove H&R's E30
okay.
318IS that they brought to SEMA last year.
Oh,
I did a review of that car. It was phenomenal.
Oh, cool.
So good.
Nice.
Yeah.
318 IS.
Yeah.
The car no one ever talks about.
Yeah. Well, it
The
was 1
sporty
year
version
only.
of the shitty version.
Yeah. It's the poor man's M3.
Is
Does it have the M42 in it still?
It's the stock. Yeah, completely
really?
stock. Yeah. It was really good.
Really?
Good.
What makes a stock 318 really good?
They had
H&R
perfect-
Springs?
Well, yeah. So they had perfectly restored the car, and they used like over 850 line items of brand new BMW components.
Okay.
So it was like a $70,000 restoration.
New old
OEM.
stock? Yeah, new
Yeah.
old. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So it's a $70,000 car that feels like a $4,000 car.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, it was.
A very nice.
That's a good way to put
It's
it.
a brand new 20-year-old BMW.
I mean, dude, I just drove a 6-figure 912, so I drove a hot 912 that was like 150 horsepower and had an interior that was, if not quite Singer levels, certainly that like Group R or whatever you call.
R group.
I daily drive a 4-figure 912, so
Oh, you do? Do you really?
I have a 76 912E.
I thought you had a 911. Do you also have a 911?
No, No, I have a Boxster.
Yours always a 912?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought,
The bright yellow thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
80
that's
horsepower.
It's the impact bumper car, so
Yeah.
it looks like.
So it looks
would be a
ugly
911.
and it's slow. No,
And it's slow. No, it's way slow. It's 88 horsepower.
That's slow.
Yeah.
I drove a stock 912. It was really slow.
But I drove it. I've put 16,000 miles on it this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I did a 7,000 mile road trip to Atlanta and back to. I live in Reno.
So when you leave Reno, would you say that your foot is on the floorboard for 8 to 12 hours straight?
Yeah. Because I left.
Do you just put a brick on the pedal? I mean,
well, coming back across Nevada, they had just raised the speed limits to 80, and I was like, I can't.
You're like,
do
this
that.
doesn't help
There's
me
no
at all. My father likes to tell me about a road trip he did back in the day with his two brothers. Now, my father, you've never met, is 6'5". His two brothers are 6'2" and 6'3", and they were this size like in high school. They were like the starting forwards and center of the high school basketball team, and they went cross country in a Beetle. And this was in 1968, so a Beetle would have been, if not brand new, only very lightly used. And he said by the time they got to California, the engine had like no compression left, and they had to do a full rebuild because they were flat for like 6 days.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
What about you, Art? What's your story?
So I've been coming to SEMA for about 8-ish years, originally with GoPro. I've been with kind of the digital imaging space for a long time, now work in tech. And now Lane and I do the Driving While Awesome podcast. We have our own rallies. We have, Cars and Coffee, those types of events. And then, of course, collaborated with these fine gentlemen to launch Radwood recently, which we're calling a celebration of 80s and 90s automotive lifestyle. So there's
Art's calling it that.
Really?
there's more. There's more to it.
Did you hire an agency for that?
Right here.
Art is our agency.
The thing is that it's more than just the cars, right? I mean, of course, it's the 80s and 90s cars, but we're encouraging period dress, just like in Goodwood revival fashion, right? So we want people to dress up. We want to do 80s and 90s music. We're incorporating some like Flatland BMX exhibitions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'm
Yeah.
about
And
that.
so Porsche Punk's Rockabilly J. So he's coming out.
I do not, but I look forward to it anyway.
Yeah,
He
he's
just
in
sold
LA.
a car to Magnus that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So
I haven't kept up with Magnus's buying habits. I'm sorry.
That's a hard thing to
I
do.
did just see him at the Mobile One booth, though. His car looks.
Yeah, it looks
really
great.
nice. We're trying to
That interior is sick.
to get him to
gonna
bring
steal
some transaxle cars because he's got that Holbert Racing wide body 924
Yeah,
turbo.
he's got a 924 GT also, doesn't he?
Yeah,
it's
Carrera
he does.
GT.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get some of those out.
That tartan on his, is it a 68 over here? The silver.
So
the Mobile-
good.
So I saw that. I don't know, Magnus. Where'd you get this tartan? Because
Yeah.
I'm doing a safari build, and he's like Scotland. And I'm like,
wow.
and I'm like, oh no, really? Where'd you get it? Do you have any left?
Yeah.
He's like, no, mate, Scotland. Oh shit. I'm like, okay. He's like, I'll get you the phone number. I'm like, brilliant.
ScotlandShop.uk. Check it out.
I think it was literally like ScottishFabric.com or some shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an OG.
Because I've bought some stuff from ScotlandShop.uk,
I mean,
and that place has tons of shit.
It could be that place,
Yeah.
honestly. I think it was some basic stuff. But we're going to do some crazy. Right now, it'll be a tie between your 912 and my 911 to see who's got the ugliest Porsche. My 911 is hideous.
Dude,
It's not.
So
not.
Art
Yes,
almost
it
bought
is.
that car.
Dude,
Did you?
I almost.
And-
So the first day
Well-
that the guy, because it was his wife's car.
It was
right?
his wife's car.
So-
This is why I love the car, because the guy's an enthusiast and he got the car for his wife.
Yep.
And if I'm an enthusiast, and if I was putting Hannah in a classic car, that motherfucker would be sorted.
It'd be the best
It'd be the best classic
Yep.
car that there is. I don't,
Yeah.
because she can't deal with those kind of problems. So this car, did you go drive it?
No, so I actually saw it the first day that he pulled it out. So there was a, Canepa Motorsport?
Yeah.
So he brought it out to the Cars and Coffee there, and that's kind of in our backyard. So I checked it out, and I actually offered
But
him a
you've seen it
deposit.
in person.
Yeah, and it's cassis, and I love the color, and I know you hate
I've
it.
never seen it in person.
Oh, it looks
yeah,
better.
really.
Your picture makes it look like
That's
you-
not my picture. That's his
Okay.
for
Oh,
sale
dude.
picture.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not. It's not like that. It doesn't look like fuchsia, fucking whatever the hell that is. It's,
Grape soda lipstick is what I called it.
I can go with
lighter.
grape soda. It's very light, and it's almost like a magenta. It is pink,
You're not improving my perception.
but I love the fact that it's
Look,
just.
it is pink, but
But pink is okay. It's so Radwood, right? That's the whole thing. It's campy and weird.
look, it'll
Very
be.
period,
It is
correct.
perfect for Radwood, but you have to admit, even if you like that color, which is okay, I don't hate on anyone who likes a color. I don't give a fuck. You have to admit, even if you like that color, that is a terrible color for a rally car.
No.
For a rally car.
Yeah,
For a
yeah,
safari car.
I would agree with that.
For a rally car, that is a horrible color.
The way that Lee
with
does those cars, you want something
You
stand
need
out.
something splashy, and
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
going with a color called Dalmatian blue,
Ooh.
which I would show you,
Far better.
except it's on my phone.
Far better color. I love Dalmatian.
Also known as Oxford blue, also known as Seeblau in the German market. It's paint
color.
code 329.
Before I got into writing, or well, I guess concurrent with getting into writing, I was working in the Porsche aftermarket parts industry. So I sold restoration stuff for 356s and early 911. So I'm a Porsche nerd of the highest level, and Dalmatian is just a fantastic color.
And I saw one, I haven't seen one that's like a period paint, but I saw at a car show a couple weeks ago, a guy had a freshly restored 70-something RS painted in this color. And when it's it's like, he pulled in and I stopped dead in my tracks and went, what is that? And I chased the guy across the parking lot. And it was, what is that? What color is that? And he fucked up and called it dolphin blue.
Oh, shit.
And I go, Lee, I found the color, dolphin blue. And he's like, dude, I can't find anything on dolphin blue. And I'm like, oh no. So I had to start. We found it. It's okay. But so you've seen this car in person, though.
I've seen it in person.
So tell me what you know.
I think, well, dude, I think you bought a really good car.
It's so good, dude.
I went under there, and as you're aware, air-cooled 911s leak oil. That's normal.
Yeah.
This thing is bone dry.
Apparently it does not. That's
Fucking
what
bone
Sharky
dry.
said.
Yeah. So I went underneath it a bit. I looked at the interior. The car's really nice. It has a couple little dings here and there. I remember the
It only
lower
has
balance.
80,000 miles, I think, or 90?
It's got 90. Yeah. I have to ask, what color is the interior? Because
It's
I'm colorblind and
maroon.
I can't tell. It is okay. Because I thought it was brown, and someone was like, "No, that's red."
It's red. It's like a
Okay.
really, really dark maroon.
Okay,
red.
that's less bad than I thought.
And
But
it's
being
red
changed.
everywhere.
We're changing it.
That car is so clean too. It's like the interior.
it'll be
is
at
so clean.
Radwood.
Yeah,
yeah,
I can't
I'm
wait.
looking forward
It
to it.
will
Hell
be
yeah.
and I'm actually we were gonna ducktail it as Lee does, but I think maybe keep the whale tail.
Yeah, for
Kind
Radwood,
of like
for sure.
Well, I think for the rally car as well.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
that'd be
cool.
sweet.
So more importantly, let's talk about Radwood. Enough about my dumb 911, which I'm
Yeah.
going to get today. Yes.
Oh, I was gonna ask today.
I finished this podcast and I hop an airplane to Santa Cruz to pick it up.
Let's wrap
Dope.
up.
Super,
Oh, right.
super stoked.
Yeah, let's get
I'll
you
tell
on
the
that
guy. I'll tell the guy you said hi, Art.
Yes,
You can buy it off me before I paint it, and it'll only cost 20 more than he.
Okay. Can you please sandblast one of the doors as you said first, though, just so we can have that as a memory?
I am going to blast it on
Live?
YouTube Live. Yeah,
You
for
should.
sure. Why wouldn't you?
Why not?
Because it'll make people.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Spike Ferriston and Paul Zuckerman, these super Porsche nerds.
Yep.
They all want you to save the purples until it becomes time for them to spend money on it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, nope.
Honestly, it's your car. It's yours to do what you want with it. And I think with a Safari build, you're right. It's probably not the best color.
Wow,
for it,
you need to go. Bwah.
Yeah.
So with Radwood, what's so period clothes, period cars, period music, and apparently BMXing now, which is awesome.
We're hoping to have some video game cabinets for people to
Oh,
play.
cool! Yeah, this shit kind of blew up, right? You
Yeah.
you did one
It was an
event
accident.
sort of as a goof.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
We invited our friends.
Yeah.
And 180 cars showed up. So.
You're always like, is anyone going to show? Oh my God, who are all these people?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have this many friends.
And what's really screwed up is, when a third of the people sign up ahead of time and then the rest show up day of, it's like, holy crap.
Well, that
right?
sounds like a California event for sure.
Yeah.
And we're expecting the same down here, or in LA, so we'll see how that goes.
So
But
Anaheim, December 2nd.
Yep.
What's the exact name of the place?
it's the Phoenix Club, right?
Phoenix
Yeah.
Club in
Phoenix Club.
Anaheim. Yeah.
What is the Phoenix Club?
It's a German beer garden.
Oh,
So
cool.
there's a big tent, and there's a stage, and there's
Food
a
and lots of
field
places
and
to hang
food.
out.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
they have Oktoberfest there. And
Oh,
stuff,
perfect.
And it's right
Yeah.
next to.
I have
Angel
lederhosen.
Stadium.
Oh.
You should wear
If
it.
it's,
It's
should
not
I wear
really period.
lederhosen?
It's not really period.
It's not. Well, I mean,
it's
listen,
period.
it's period in that lederhosen is a timeless style.
Yeah, That's true. yeah.
I
That
agree.
is just as relevant today as
Maybe-
as during the Third Reich. I don't
Maybe
know.
if you
Oh, God.
I'm kidding.
maybe if you had pastel colored lederhosen.
There you go.
Oh yeah. What if you do lederhosen with a Biggie Smalls sweater?
That would be amazing. Are you rocking the hat?
I have the hat. I'm thinking Biggie Smalls is probably where I will go. What do you guys do for your period costumes?
So I'm kind of a stickler to this. I'm going with my car. So I'm taking a Euro.
Matching your car?
Matching the era of the car and the car itself. So it's a 1985 Euro 500 SEC Mercedes.
I'm so jealous. I
So it's
love that car.
So pillarless coupe, navy, like a really dark blue. It's a midnight blue with almost white interior with navy blue piping.
That's got to be fun to keep clean.
Pretty Radwood. So I'm
The
gonna rock.
500 is like the one to have, right? That's like the motor we couldn't get. And,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the high compression, the Euro. It has also aluminum hood, aluminum trunk, which weighs like absolutely nothing. But it's lowered on BBS wheels, period AMG suspension. I'll be taking that thing out, and I'm going to go sort of Wolf of Wall Street, but not when he's at work. When he's driving to the yacht club. So I'm going to go
white on white. It's all whites, right?
So I'm doing like
the
a white
whites.
polo with the braided leather brown belt, almost white, very heavily pleated khakis.
Jesus, you're specific.
Loafers,
Yeah, I know, right?
And I ordered
to
some.
art.
I ordered some period Oliver Peoples tortoiseshell glasses.
Shit, so I need to up my commitment
it up.
level. Are
Step it
you
up.
guys as committed as Art?
I'm super committed,
I'm
but
not
I'm
that far committed.
What are you doing, Brad?
Art's character would hate my character because I'm going as 90s NASCAR fan,
Oh, that's good.
and I've got
That's very good.
I've got acid wash jean shorts,
Excellent.
and I've got a NASCAR windbreaker, and I have a leather hat with my guy's number in
I
it.
think you're going as a village person. I don't think that's really.
Yeah.
But I respect it.
Yeah,
very
very-
Days of
very
Thunder.
NASCAR,
What about
yeah.
you, Rick?
All I have so far is a Crystal Pepsi T-shirt. I got to work on the rest.
That's really enough. If you had a case of Crystal Pepsi,
I'm going to work on that.
I think did they reissue it?
Yeah, they
They
did.
did,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think my mom might have some in a closet.
Are any of you are old enough? Are you guys are under 30, right?
I'm 31.
Are you old enough to remember the original Crystal Pepsi?
yeah.
Totally.
I stood in line for like 3 hours the day they released that thing. That was a huge thing. I was like 10. And what are you wearing, Lane? What's
You know
your-
what? I don't know yet. I might do. I have a 944
Okay.
Porsche, so I might do a little Jake Ryan. It's red. 16 candles, but it's not the greatest out.
You
I
could
don't
be
know.
Euro douche. A Euro
true,
douche
yeah,
would
yeah.
work in 944. You could also be
a
guy who
sweater.
wears all Porsche stuff because that guy existed
oh,
in
yeah.
the 80s too.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
He still exists.
Yeah, like one Euro tuner guy, like Gambala
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Tearaway pants
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I went like skate punk last time.
Okay, so that works.
Yeah.
I'm really Biggie Smalls with the rainbow like.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, the funny thing about Biggie Smalls is Biggie Smalls' costume and a Bill Cosby costume are almost exactly the same
you're
thing.
right. Yeah.
It's really just the color of the pants.
And the
Yeah.
bagginess, maybe, right? Is it there a bagginess element? Maybe.
Biggie's would be a little more baggy,
Yeah.
I think. But
So what are you bringing?
I'm rolling 4 cars.
Yeah.
Brad's going to take my Lexus, the million mile Lexus, which is currently at 967K and counting.
Nice.
That thing is.
I might just steal it after Radwood and roll it.
You know,
Another
if you just
30,000
made it
miles.
disappear, honestly, because it's so fucking uneventful. I mean, its virtue is in that it's uneventful. It's a 1,000,000-mile car that has zero drama associated with it.
All of my cars are drama filled, so
Right,
that might
so-
be a good change.
Aaron Gold has it right now, and he loves it. It's his
Yeah.
favorite thing ever.
That seems like something
So
Aaron would
you guys
like.
are going to roll that, and then I have my Fox Body, my
Love that.
88 Fox Body.
Fresh off the YouTube challenge.
Fresh off the YouTube, its first track outing, it did like super, super well.
So you were in Vegas like a week ago.
I was
and
here
you're
last
back in
week.
Vegas.
Yeah. Don't ask. But the car did really, really good, and it drives great. It's really
Everybody else broke.
Everyone else broke, and my car did 5 sessions on the track. Awesome. And my fastest session was my last session. Actually, my fastest session was 0.4 faster than Justin Bell's best time, and I had a passenger in the car.
Yeah.
Nice,
a
dude.
big passenger,
Keep
which
yelling.
actually.
Keep yelling that.
Which
I'm
actually
faster
helped.
than Justin Bell.
If he had another session, he probably would have beaten me. But I'll still say that shit.
What times?
Cup 2s.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All right.
295 Cup 2s at all 4 corners.
dude,
it's
it's
sticks.
just having a balanced car, right?
Dude, wait till you see the video. I have a sort of over-the-shoulder mount, and so you can see when I go on the curbs in this car. Like when you hit the curbs, nothing happens. There's no adjustment.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's no change in grip. It just up and down, and that's it. It's like it manages bumps unbelievably.
So
So
rad.
that the SL 500, fresh from Clarion.
Nice.
They installed a period system in it. I mean, new hardware, but it's a flip out. Like it's an 01, so the flip out is key with some 10s in the back, and that's lowered on the Euro H&R springs.
It has monoblocks, or
It
what
has
does
it has the second gen, so it's the
Okay.
5-point AMG stars with the slightly skinnier, not the big monoblock
Yeah.
that the 600 got, but it's great. Great car. That's my daily right now. And then I'm bringing My new car, the Porsche. Assuming it makes it home from California.
It will.
That
find-
thing should.
maybe it's bone dry because it has no oil in it whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And he's been driving it like that for months.
So we're rolling heavy, and then I got like all my friends, like everyone is hitting me up about this thing. Like everyone is, you know,
You're
all
doing
the
more
journalists.
promo
people,
for this than we are, practically.
I don't, this is a car show for me and people like me.
Yeah.
And you guys
It's
too.
for
like-
us, yeah. We grew up in that era where, you know, and also in high school going to like 90s parties or in college
Yeah.
and stuff. That was like the most fun thing ever, right? So
The cycle of cool when it comes to cars, it's like there's brand new cool, and then there's the second owner, that's enthusiast cool, the depreciated one, and then it's like goes down to the bottom of the barrel, and then it comes up through ironic cool into actual cool.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you guys are riding the wave of where these cars are passing through
cool.
irony
they're
into actual
teetering.
cool.
Yeah.
What have you guys seen that would be very Radwoody here? We haven't mentioned the fact that we're at SEMA
We're at SEMA,
really at
yeah.
all. Even though we're next to the Borla booth and the Magnaflow booth, and they're just playing. It sounds like we're at a drag strip. They keep playing exhaust clips.
Dude, that exhaust right there sounds like someone like blowing into a microphone, actually. It does not sound good.
I know.
So if you go over to Toyota, and the Toyota in the back, they have
yeah.
a series of Camrys, everything from the original one all the way up to the new one. And the thing is the second generation one is 150 miles on it. And it's sitting outside.
Which second generation would be what? The early 90s, the rounded
Yeah.
one. Not
No, it's still square.
Squarer, but
the
rounded
boxy
corners.
small. Okay, yeah. It's got 150 miles on it.
Yeah, we want all four of the 80s and 90s ones.
They
to
would
show
do
up at
that.
Radwood.
Have you been to the Toyota Museum in Torrance?
No.
No.
Oh, you never have been? Oh,
No.
the Toyota Museum in Torrance is hysterical
Yeah.
because it's kind of small, and you know you walk in and there's like 2000 GTs right there, and you're like, oh shit, this is gonna be. And then you walk past a fleet of 0-mile Camrys from every generation. You know, they've got two LS 400s there that both have less than 50 miles on it.
Whoa.
I want to give them my LS to put. I was like,
Next
how
to.
great would it be to have a 1,000,000-mile car just next to your.
Yeah.
The 0-mile ones are so fresh though, and they've got a bunch of weird old race cars and stuff, but they have the millionth car and the 5 millionth car and the blah blah
So boring.
all these special red Camrys.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know.
And it's by appointment only, right? I remember trying to go once.
Yeah, I think you have to book a tour or something. I don't know. One of our homies did.
We definitely got to make it out there though, because I think they're moving their entire operation to Austin or some shit, right?
They are,
Or like
yeah.
to Texas.
You guys are like media though. You could
Yeah,
definitely get a hookup.
So over in the Motul booth, I think is one of my favorites. Mike Burrows from Stanceworks.
Oh, Mike Burrows. Yeah, he was on the show. He's great.
Yes, he was excellent on the show. He's got a 5 Series over there that is done up in period race livery.
Oh yeah, his track car. He
Yeah.
talked about that with the X-ray livery, right?
It's got a different livery now.
Oh.
They put a Motul livery on it for the booth,
And
but
is it amazing?
they copied
So
a
good.
vintage Motul livery, and it's so fresh.
The X-ray livery he had
Was cool.
before
Yeah,
was
yeah.
super cool, and someone who heard him talking about it on the podcast made one for my Fox body too.
Oh,
and
cool.
sent me like the rendering of it, and it was badass, man. I love Mike Burrows. We got to get him on the show again. That guy was great.
He's cool. I stopped and talked to him on Tuesday, and he's rad.
And I
He's
hear
bringing
his
that to
Rusty
Radwood.
Slamington is working actually now too, right?
Oh yeah.
Does it have a firewall yet?
I don't know.
Yeah,
that
that
car
thing's
is.
scam
Oh, here
necessary.
Patrick has shown me. Wow. I'm sorry, people watching the video, but that is
Go hold it up in
dope.
front of
Yeah,
cool
Matt's phone.
as shit.
That's
wow.
So that's coming to Radwood.
Those guys know how to do a livery. That's
Mike
brilliant.
is good. Mike is bringing that to Radwood.
5 minutes, Chris. We have to break up our podcast into groups. So it's okay. We got 5 minutes. We got
All right.
5 minutes.
All right.
So let's finish it up. So how many people have signed up for Radwood so far?
Over 100.
Over people or cars?
Cars.
I haven't filled out any paperwork. Have
No.
you counted
Yeah.
me?
Nobody has.
So we have like 50 more people who have said, yes, we're coming, but haven't
Like we
signed up
said,
yet.
it's a car. We'll have like a quarter of the people sign
Yeah.
up ahead of time, and then 3/4 will show up day of.
Have you prepared with this Phoenix Club to be
Slammed?
capacity
Yeah,
and
yeah.
slammed? All right, cool.
800 people.
Is that what we're thinking? Possibly 800 people.
Probably not 800 cars.
Can we get period food trucks somehow
Well,
They have
I was
food
thinking
on
period
site.
Food from
Okay.
the era.
Yeah.
from the era?
It's still in the packages from the 80s.
It's all Twinkies.
MREs
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. Oof. 80s. Oh, please let us not go back to 80s food ever.
Yeah.
80s
Everything's just
food
gray.
Stinks. Oh, everything's steamed.
Yeah.
Yuck.
So we do have one guy, like, he's bringing 8 80s Mercedes AMGs.
11.
Really?
11.
11?
One
Maybe.
dude.
No,
Who
it's
has 11 80s?
10 80s AMGs and 1 Alfa Romeo GT V6.
Oh, right. One Alpha.
Who is this guy?
A weirdo.
I need to know him. I actually met I met a fan who was one of the more socially awkward people I've ever met before, and then he goes, I have to show you what I have, and he had like 2 hammers.
Whoa.
And I was, do you know the guy?
No, we got one sign up.
We have
Maybe
a
him.
hammer coming, a 6-liter, yeah.
We just got a Celine.
God, I really wish
signed up
I had
yesterday.
fucking gotten on a hammer 10 years ago when they were $50,000 and no one gave a fuck.
Yep.
So you got a Celine Fox bodies? Those are delightful.
Four eyes,
So rad.
like an 85.
A 4-eyed Celine
Yeah.
Fox body? That's rare.
Rare.
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
rare. We also want to mention that bikes are encouraged to come,
Ooh.
and you get a discount if you bring a bike. It's Rad Bike.
Rad bike.
Rad bike.
Rad Bike.
My
Use
friend,
the code Rad Bike.
my friend goes around in the Midwest every winter and with a trailer and buys like fairly shitty 80s motorcycles on Craigslist.
Nice.
Loads up this trailer, brings them back to LA, and he's got a storage unit. And one at a time, he wheels these motherfuckers into his apartment and rebuilds them in his living room and then sells them. But he's sitting on a couple of 80s cafe racers. I should get him down there.
Oh, yeah,
Or
that'd be so
sell some
good.
bike. But there's a guy who runs around LA who collects 80s like VFRs and BMW bikes. I see him in the canyons a lot.
Yeah.
But so where can people sign up?
So you can go to
They just
Radwood.
shoot you a tweet or something. Right?
You can go to radwood.co or radwood.org.
We're
And
not cool enough for the .com.
what's that?
We're not cool enough for the .com.
You couldn't
Correct.
afford the .com.
It already existed.
Really?
I don't know. Somebody's just sitting on it. I don't know.
Waiting for you guys to come along.
right,
so they
right.
can
Yeah, I
rake
think
you
it's a
over
guy
the
that just like
coals.
whittles logs or something.
He's actually a period.
Yeah,
whittler.
Yeah.
Period Whittler.
And then we have an Eventbrite.com site. So you go to Eventbrite.com, you can search for Radwood, and it'll come up. We're actually
it's all
sponsored.
through our website.
Yeah,
so
just
that's
go on the
easy
website.
way.
There's a
Right.
link.
Brilliant.
And
Thanks, guys.
it's brought to you by Jalopnik this year. It's
good to mention.
Brought to you, but they spent money on
They
something.
spent money on it.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
They
So-
probably spent about as much on this as they did on their television show. I know that was a very low budget. So
That was very low budget. Although I think Raph and Mike did a really good job.
Yeah,
with
they
that.
totally did.
They were very
They totally
funny.
did.
Yeah. Raph makes me laugh. I love those guys. Jalopnik TV, we can plug it. Drive on NBC Sports as well. All right, I think we're gonna get kicked off this stage, so someone theoretically important and cooler can have it, right, Chris?
sorry.
Theoretically
Happens.
important and cooler. Well, thanks, guys.
Thank
December
you.
2nd, Anaheim, the Phoenix Club, Radwood, 80s and 90s cars,
Yes.
80s and 90s dress, hopefully current food.
Yes.
Maybe.
Thanks, boys.
And beer.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you,
having
Matt.
me.
We'll see you after this break. Bye.
Thank you so much for having us.
This episode of the Smoking Tire Podcast is brought to you by Harry's. I love my Harry's razors. I bring them with me when I travel. I got them in the shower. I got them next to the sink. I got them everywhere. And it's not just the blades, which are 5-blade cartridges. They are delightful to use. The weighted handles feel good in your hand, especially my favorite, the old rubberized grip one, so it doesn't slip. And I take these things on the road with me. I shave in these hotel showers in Vegas where they got the good water pressure because they don't care about water usage in Vegas. They blast it. It's real nice. But I thought when I first started using Harry's that I wouldn't necessarily love them as much as I did my old school expensive drugstore blades. But you know what? They're actually better. And they're better because they give me just as close of a shave. They don't cut up my face or my dome. And I spent $62 on an entire year's worth of Harry's razors. A whole year, $60. Can you imagine that with the drugstore razors? That is not going to happen because Harry's is all about a great shave at a fair price. That's why over 3 million guys have switched to Harry's. Here's what I'm going to do for you. If you go to harrys.com/tire, TIRE, they will give you a free trial shave set for free. Just pay for shipping. It comes with a weighted ergonomic razor handle, 5 precision engineered blades with a lubricating strip and a trimmer blade, a rich lathering shave gel, a travel blade cover, and it's all for free. Just sign up and cover shipping at harrys.com/tire. If you do it, I bet you will love Harry's as much as I do. harrys.com/tire. They're giving it away over there, folks. Just pay for the shipping. How about ZipRecruiter? If you are in need for talent for your business, but you're short on time, we're all short on time. Time is the only thing that is fixed. Anything else can be manipulated, but if you're out of time, are you in trouble? If you're short on time and need great talent for your business, you don't need to get lost in a huge stack of resumes to find your perfect hire. You just need the right tools, smarter tools. That's right, I'm talking about ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards with just one click, so you can rest easy knowing your job is being seen by the right candidates. ZipRecruiter puts its smart matching technology to work, actively notifying qualified candidates about your job within minutes of posting, so you receive the best possible matches. You can even get a head start on the interview process by adding screening questions to your job post to help identify the most qualified candidates, so you don't have to waste time sorting through a stack of resumes to find the perfect fit. No wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. ZipRecruiter is the smartest way to hire. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by growing businesses of all sizes and industries to find the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now, my listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, it's free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/smoke. That's ZipRecruiter.com/smoke. One more time, try it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/smoke. How about video games? Who plays video games out there? You play video games. I play video games. We are all rocking video games. It's Forza Motorsport 7, the official racing simulator of the Smoking Tire Podcast, available streaming and in stores. You can get it at xbox.com/Forza or ForzaMotorsport.net. It's 4K. It's 60 frames per second. It's full HDR. There are over 700 vehicles and over 30 famous racetracks. Some are custom one-off tracks that exist only in Forza. They're city circuits. Others are the famous dream racetracks, some of which you've seen me driving in real life, and people like Chris Harris, and where they race, and Nürburgring, and Spa, and Road Atlanta, and Road America. The best tracks in the world are all on Forza 7, and the biggest collection of Porsches, Ferraris, and Lamborghinis in any video game anywhere. The official racing simulator of the Smoking Tire Podcast. By the way, I'm in the game. I tell stories. I do voices. It is awesome. Forza Motorsport 7 is available now. And last but not least, you know those fucking cool sunglasses you see me wearing? Dillon Optics, the official eyewear of the Smoking Tire video series and podcast. The matte finish lenses, they don't just look cool. That's the NIR lens technology that allows you to use your eyes all day in harsh environments, whether it's driving cars, whether you work out in the desert, whether you're a boat person or a field operator. If you're someone that experiences harsh conditions on your eyes on a day-to-day basis, these glasses really do make a big difference. They are comfortable on your face. They come in at least, if I had to guess, at least 10 or 12 different frame styles, as well as at least 5 or 6 different colors. You can get them in prescription, and I have been wearing them since 2010, and I will never look back. Dillon Optics is the official eyewear of the Smoking Tire Podcast. Go to thesmokingtire.com and click on the Dillon banner under the Partners tab, and I will give you a free Smoking Tire t-shirt if you buy a pair of Dillon Optics glasses. And now, back to the show from SEMA. We got commercials. We're back.
Silence.
While you guys were getting up on stage and getting ready, I was making money.
That's great. I was getting coffee.
We are back from SEMA with the MagnaFlow booth. I got to shout out MagnaFlow for setting all this here up, providing us with beverages. We got Rob Ferretti. We got Tommy FYeah, Tommy Farrell. We got Mike Musto. And we have Lars Wolfe of Lars Wolfe Racing, who most of you out there probably don't know right now, but Lars is here because I ran into him because he built this car that he calls the Multipurpose Racer, which is a Nissan Juke. Did he show you the Juke?
No, but I need to see a photo of it right now.
Actually,
Lars, my phone's being used, but I'll show you.
So Lars is a fabricator, driver, kind of man of many talents, and he built one vehicle to rule them all.
To race everything.
Tell me about the Juke.
Well, it's a 2013 Nissan Juke. It is an all-wheel drive platform, but we've converted it to manual, got rid of the CVT that Nissan uses. And the premise of the whole project is to build, like I said, one car to race as many different racing styles as possible. We're going to be doing endurance racing, touring car racing, stage rally, drifting, drag racing, everything.
The drifting may not go so well.
No, it's actually going to be really
in a
awesome.
Juke, it'll probably be hilarious.
Yeah. It's going to be epic.
How do you drift a front-wheel drive vehicle?
Well, what you do is a trick I learned with Mitsubishi Evo 9 is you take a transmission and you weld the front diff and you weld the center diff and you put a nice strong rear diff in and a drive line and you cap up the holes for the front axles and you go for it.
It's all-wheel drive.
It's going to be all-wheel drive.
But for the drift, we're going to take away the front and we're going to just build up the rear and then do it that way.
Can you move your mic in a little bit, Tommy? Close to you, yeah.
See, Matt, you and I would have just said lunch trays.
I would have said lunch trays. Yeah, and then but that might be hard. But fundamentally, this thing is a rally car, right? Because if you're going to build one car to do everything, you're building a rally car.
Absolutely.
And his fabrication skills were impressive. So I think we need to have Lars in the next Project Car Challenge.
January.
Right? Is that the thing?
That's pretty badass. What does the car top out at?
Like speed-wise?
Yeah.
Don't know. Haven't had a test or testing in
30s, 150s, 180s.
Well, I'm gonna guess probably in the 150s.
Okay.
Somewhere in that area.
I don't think 180 is happening in the Juke. It's quick for a Juke, but come on.
Well, I'm excited now because I just found out he lives about 25 minutes away from me.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have to drive that thing. It's a riot.
Would love to. It's
I got to do it,
right next to my house.
I only got to do it on tarmac, unfortunately, which is not the car's shining star of the skill. It's just driving on a road. It's like you need to be on trails.
Right.
But we're having in Livermore, a friend of mine's got some land out there, and he's offered to have a loop, and there's a road on the loop, so we're going to do some gravel testing out there.
I would love to do that.
We really need to find a way to everyone pitch in on a piece of dirt and have
somewhere.
Montana.
I think so, yeah.
It's got to be close to California, though, and that's impossible.
We've got a lot of desert in the middle of California.
That no one uses.
That nobody uses or cares about. Come to think of it, we don't really have to spend any money.
No, we can just show up in the desert.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Sort of what you do.
Yeah, remember Scottsdale? We literally lit up a car with automatic weapons and left it there.
Yeah, we did. And no one gave a shit.
Nobody gave a shit.
Like, we thought that would be a problem. It was not.
Well, nobody goes out there. That's the thing. It's like you can drive through the middle of the desert.
We weren't even that far. We were like 5 miles outside of Scottsdale. This wasn't
like just off the road.
Like it was, the last housing track ended, and then it was like the next exit. We just pulled off and lit this thing up. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun, though, nonetheless.
Burning cars to the ground, really.
As car guys, it's kind of sacrilege, but at the same time,
but it wasn't a good car, so I feel like.
No, it was, and that wasn't the intention. The intention was to riddle it with bullet holes and then drive it around L.A.
Driving it. Yeah.
What was it?
It was a bulletproof. Well,
in theory, in theory, it was an S600 Guard edition, which in theory stops small arms fire. Did not stop any of our small arms fire.
And it also then caught fire.
And then the interior caught fire and it burned.
But didn't you pay like $2,500 or some ridiculous price
for
that car?
Because it was a 600. It was fire, but I got it from a kid in Compton who called himself Big Bird Mafia. Look at
what is this prairie dogging out the back, Larry? What are you doing?
Larry Kosilla doing back there?
He's lurking.
He's lurking. We'll give him a microphone in a minute. I don't know if we have another input for him. We'll figure it out.
We'll share.
Share headsets. But it had a gearbox that was sort of on its way out, and in that car, that's like a $6,000 fix. So it was basically totaled. But it was kind of sweet.
Yeah, we drove it from L.A. all the way to Scottsdale.
And it made it.
Yeah.
It would slip if you'd use too much throttle in first gear. Once it was out of first gear, it was fine. Solid. So you could actually be on the highway and go flat, and it would kick down to third, and it would go quick, but first gear would slip.
So what did you get that box up to? Remember how fast it went?
No, probably 100.
I think we did maybe 100 in it.
It was way like 10,000.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the flying brick.
We were also on a fake plate, so because who's going to register?
Because of course you were.
We took a plate off.
Random car. Yeah,
of course.
This one.
Yeah.
But someone just submitted for a video a Bulletproof 7 Series. These level 4 armoring. And do you want to drive it? I said, no, but can I shoot at it?
Shoot at it, yeah.
And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, you present a bulletproof car. I mean, I'm going to do the only interesting thing that you would do because I'd like to shoot at it. Is that cool? No.
Well,
but then the question is, how do you know it's actually bulletproof?
Yeah.
What's the return policy?
Right.
Hey, I'm dead now.
Yeah. How do I test out my ROI on this car?
Bulletproofing is one of those things where you really do have to take someone's fucking word for it.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, really.
You know that and AIDS tests.
Yeah, I don't want to.
What do you do? Test yourself?
I'm fine. I feel great.
Mitch Hedberg had the best one. Is like, yeah, I asked my buddy if he knew anyone with AIDS, and he said no, and he knows me, so I guess I'm clean. And I was like, well, that's a good way of looking at it.
So what else is happening? We're at SEMA.
Yeah.
You guys all seeming really excited to be at SEMA.
This is my first time.
Oh, is
Is it really?
Really?
So is it what you thought it would be?
No.
What did you think it would be?
I don't know. Just more.
Boy, are you a media
Yeah.
darling.
I'm scared to say the wrong thing. but
Don't say.
Don't you
yeah,
say
don't
whatever you
do
want.
it.
Haven't you
I
been
thought
listening
there'd
to
be
this so far?
Cooler cars.
You thought there'd be
Pretty
cool
cool.
I
cars?
thought there'd be cooler cars.
There are some cool cars.
I just
mean,
haven't seen them yet.
Some.
Spread
That's the thing
out.
is, you
Yeah.
got to look for them.
Yeah. What have you seen, Lars?
You know, I've been so intense in getting out to all the people that have been helping out with the project. I've literally seen nothing. But I've been here for 5 years in a row. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, look, it's SEMA.
Right.
It's
You
pretty
know what
standard.
I've noticed this year is there's not, there isn't like a car. You know, every year.
No,
it
there's
seems
usually
like there's,
one that sets the pace.
You know, last year it was the new Camaro, and before that it
Yeah.
was like the
Mustang,
Mustang.
yeah.
Before that
Right.
it was the BRZ. Before that it was blah blah blah. I
LS
haven't
and
seen
everything,
like
yeah.
a one car this year where
Right.
they're everywhere. Have you? I've seen a lot
No.
of. I've seen more Lexus LC 500s than I thought I would see. I've
Yeah,
seen a
there's a
few of
bunch.
those, but they look cool on rims.
They do.
I was
There's
just
a
gonna say,
beautiful
you're
one
gonna
up in
spending
the
some time
Forgiato
up in the
booth.
tire.
Really?
Yeah.
Say what?
Really.
Yeah, so you're spending a lot of time in the tire hall then.
I did go to the tire hall. Yes, you have.
Yeah.
That's the,
Yeah.
the,
That's
the rim
the-
and tire section
was a
is
cool
the
spot.
best
That
part
is
of SEMA.
breasts and wheels, and that's where everybody. That's the line. Like there was literally a 20-minute
Oh yeah,
security
dude, we
line
walked
to get
in.
in.
I'm like, what the hell is
I
this
walked
about?
over there. We walked right in. There was nobody in the center hall. And I was like,
Amen
all
to
right,
that.
Yeah.
Oh, they really are profiling the rim hall.
Very much so.
But
So-
the 30s, oh, it's the best.
Well, so what percentage of cars do you actually think run? Because that's always my question. Like, if you were to go around SEMA and be like, all right, I'm gonna look at this, that's amazing, but it probably doesn't
Well,
run.
like
in,
that,
yeah.
right in spitting distance of us, right there, is what appears to be a
Radial
40
engine.
or
The
something
radial,
with
yeah.
a radial engine in it.
Yeah.
That runs.
That can't. It
It
runs.
can.
Oh yeah, it
Does
runs.
it
Does it
drive?
drive?
Yes, it drives.
It drives.
There's a YouTube video of the guy driving around the hills,
Really?
hills of LA.
What if he's got like a secret electric golf cart motor
Yeah.
on the rear axle, and he just throttles this engine that's on nothing and then has an
Yeah,
electric.
spinning.
It smokes a lot then
I
for
bet
whatever
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's interesting.
The best part of SEMA is Friday when they drive all the cars out of here because
Yeah.
some make it 100 feet and some make it to the strip where they promptly do huge burnouts
Right.
and do crazy stuff. And that's
Most overheat.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
of it.
Mine
Just sit in the-
would. Yeah.
Yeah, just sit in the parking lot.
there's a river of coolant running down the convention center
Yeah.
driveway.
And owners' tears
Yeah,
as,
the
as
pra-
they
the
push
parade-
the shit.
Every once in a while, we get surprised though. That
Yeah.
Porsche that someone dropped off at my house after SEMA, I had no expectations for with the Coyote motor.
Oh, right.
It turns out it was like the greatest build of all
Right.
time. I suggest everyone drive that car if you can.
So do you have a favorite yet?
For
Like,
this year,
From this year, as walking around, like, have you
Did
been
you
like,
see-
that I got to take
You guys
home?
know Rob Ida?
I know,
He's
yes,
out
yeah.
of Pennsylvania, and he's got this Tucker with a
I
with
s-
the twin
amazing.
turbo Tucker.
Yeah.
So I'm a big nerd. Are you guys nerd? Like the Tuckers to me are very interesting.
Well, did they make 40
They
or
made
50?
48 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is not an original. So Rob
Right.
Ida's like grandfather worked with Tucker, and they have the plans and the styling bucks, the original wood styling bucks. So that body was made off of the styling bucks, but like last year, and they make all the replacement parts for Tuckers. So they have built that car from scratch, and it's
Right.
got a twin turbo North Star in the back of it.
Yeah, okay. Well,
That's
North
honest.
Star's an oddball, but okay, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because the original Tucker was a flat 6. It seems a Porsche engine would actually make the
Yeah,
most
made
sense.
a little more sense.
But when you're going to do something that unique, you might as well do something very
listen, he
unique.
seems like a real smart guy. I'm sure he has
There's a
his
reason.
reasons. That
Yeah,
car's
but
dope.
You
Yeah.
say that. There is. I'm gonna point out the worst engine choice ever, which was the Shelby Series 1.
The Alero
The
motor?
Alero
Yeah.
motor. Like Carroll Shelby, everybody knows. The guy's a genius. And then it's like, I'm going to go
Yeah,
with
he had
the
an off day.
Oldsmobile. No, somebody's writing the
I like
check.
going
Off
fast,
day.
but you know what I like more? Titties and $1.
Oh, God.
Oldsmobile showed me both.
And there you go. It's in history now.
Didn't they race something with those motors? There was a racing version
Other
of an Alero
Oldsmobiles?
motor.
I'm
Yeah,
sure there
right?
was. I mean,
Wasn't it kind of
There's a
good-
reason nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
Was it Alero? Aurora motor.
Yeah, the Aurora
Yeah.
motors.
The Aurora motor, yeah.
But that could have been a pretty badass car. It looked cool. The interior sucked and the engine sucked.
Yeah, but those were what, late 90s?
96.
Yeah.
95.
So that's when everything looked like a friggin' jelly bean.
I just saw the roundup of all the cars all the Playmates got, all the Playmate of
Don't
the
you
year
feel
gets a
terrible
car.
for them?
In
In
96,
90s?
in 96, the chick got a Series 1. It was probably the best car ever given to a Playmate, by the way. Most of the cars given to Playmates are terrible.
Yeah.
Base Mustangs and crap Minis and whatever. Someone got a fake Countach once, which was really
That's
funny.
awesome. Okay.
One person got one of them got a 928, which was legit.
I'm on board with that.
Which was legit, but the
and then the repair cost
that was
drove her
probably
into
the best.
bankruptcy.
Just bought one. Just bought one. Don't tell me that.
So what else have we seen at SEMA that's good? We talking about that?
I mean,
Magnaflow, thank you, SEMA.
Well, the F5. You've got the.
The
the
Look
F5.
at Tennessee's car,
Ridiculous.
the F5. It's a styling exercise.
A
that
very
car.
fast styling exercise.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, I think the lines look fantastic.
Vinny Russo said 100% form follows function. So it looks how it needs to look to do the
it.
thing
Right.
it needs to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But,
And do you think it's going to do it?
Probably.
With John? John will just look at it and just breathe more power onto it. And,
He'll just turn up the more.
Yeah, he
boost
doesn't
until
care.
It does.
And if it doesn't go that fast, he'll be like, I got to get a Saturn V rocket and put that on the back.
Yeah.
He'll make it go as
But
fast as he says.
300 is a big number, and nobody's gotten there. And now you're at 1,200, 1,600 horsepower. I don't think it's a horsepower game to get there. It starts to get. And I've never been in the car that fast, but it's got to
Seems
start to get hairy. You
scary.
got tires.
It's got to be terrifying.
Scary.
But
That's be terrifying.
they don't have tires that they test at 300 some odd miles an hour. So
They're
are
all-
the
they're all
tires
made
gonna
out of
fall
billet-
apart?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Billet
solid
aluminum.
wheels.
Like salt flat
Yeah.
wheels they're going to have
Yeah.
to put on that thing to get it to go that fast.
Yeah, definitely.
You could run it at Bonneville, I guess, right?
No,
probably-
All I know is I don't want to be in it when it's doing it.
Yeah.
That runway he's got in Texas, I think, is long enough.
No, he runs at the Space Kennedy in Florida. He
In
runs
Florida?
at the space station.
Oh, we did the one in Texas at the other Air Force Base. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he needed more room. But, like, you have to imagine how much ground you're covering at 250, 260 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
exactly.
Football
Yeah.
fields.
Yeah, you
Plural.
need, yeah,
No, I don't want to have any part
it's
of that.
legit. I'm not signing up to drive that. Yeah.
I want to drive it.
I'm in.
The first thing I said to him, I said, "Is the second you have one that is drivable, please call me
Yeah.
and I will come drive it." I will 100%. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
I'll
Seems
drive it.
awesome.
I don't want to go 300.
Yeah,
I don't want to go
exactly.
fucking 300. I don't want to go 300 in anything.
No.
Yeah.
That
I-
Je-
Not
Jesse
unless it's got
Combs-
wings on it.
I have so much respect for Jesse Combs going out there 450
Nope.
miles an hour. That's crazy.
Ain't happening.
No respect.
You see the in-car video of that SSC or the new land speed car. I think it's even here, and the guy has to go
Full lock.
180
Yeah.
of lock at like 500 miles an hour.
No. Nope.
Yeah, a whole lot of nope on that.
See, when you hit middle age, that desire to keep living
Yeah.
kicks in, and you're like, I'm not doing that anymore.
I'm not quite there yet, but I'm
Or do you have the racing driver thing, Lars? Because the racing drivers have a very specific thing.
They're missing
Yeah.
like some sort of like.
They're missing a self-preservation.
and it is. Well, I've put 2 cars into the trees at very high rates of speed. So
So his Juke is a 2.0. The 1.0 made it how many miles down a rally stage?
we made 35 miles that weekend, and they're like 2.5 miles into a stage, and I put it into the tree doing about 50.
Yeah, yeah. Tree into roof. Actually, was
yeah,
it roof
I,
first?
I kicked the car, went into a ditch, it kicked it, and went, that way, and then the tree stopped us on the top.
Yeah,
So
that's
first.
not fun.
So
No.
yeah,
That's rallying though, man. You build a car for a year and then tree. Done.
So yeah, this year's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be taking it a little bit easier this time.
Yeah, you start with autocross. You work your way
No,
up.
we're going full into it, but it's at the
everybody
same
takes
time.
it
It's like
easy. Who was the craziest driver you've driven with thus far? I know who it is.
Craziest, like worst.
Anyone.
scariest?
Unsafe?
No, craziest like that
Best?
guy's fucking crazy.
Oh, I did laps at Las Vegas Motor Speedway with Kevin Harvick in probably detuned whatever the NASCAR with the passenger seat is, and that to be in the car for that is real crazy. I've been out with a guy named Richard Tuttle who prepares Safari 911s in England, and he scared the crap out of me. Rally drivers, some
No.
Spanish WRC guy.
There's that. They have a whole different set of genes.
Yeah. Have you guys been out with someone super scary?
Not scary. I mean, the quickest guy. This was years ago. I went to the launch of the Bentley, the Continental Speed, like the GT, and it was up at Pocono. And at that point, I used to race motorcycles up
What
there.
a
So
trashy place to
oh,
launch
it's
a
garbage.
Bentley.
It was garbage.
Who at Bentley went,
Pocono.
this is a good idea.
this is a shithole?
Well, we went out and we did we ran the infield and we had 4 people in the car. I knew the track pretty well, so I was going. And then Derek gets in the car and four-wheel drifted it
Were
with
you saying Derek Bell?
Derek Bell.
Derek Bell.
Oh, that guy's a badass.
Yeah,
He
with
can drive a little
four-wheel drifting in every corner with one hand on the wheel while turning around and telling me how terrible I was when I drove the car. And I was just like,
But that's
okay,
him.
I'm going to go home now.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's it.
Well, I invite you all out to a stage.
I want to drive your car on dirt, Lars.
Yeah, well, we're going to be doing some stuff. Some stuff has come up this weekend. So yesterday I had a lot of effort. There's going to be some driver swapping opportunities with the Juke and some cool people. So
Like
there's
relay race swapping?
we haven't got any details yet, but we have planted the seed with a couple of drifters, and they like the idea. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll keep you guys in the loop on how that's going to play out.
So we didn't really go over the project car challenge on the
Yeah,
podcast.
that was a good time.
We gotta recap it, I think.
Okay.
So-
yeah, go ahead. Fire away.
No, it's your
Wait,
event,
wait.
Rob.
Make sure he mentions me this
I
time.
got to mention him
Can we
now.
do that?
Yeah, that
Shameless
was cold
fucking-
as ice.
Ooh.
Jimbo.
Rob
hurting.
Rob lists off all the people thing, and Jimbo, his filmer and editor, cuts out him saying Tommy's name.
Because I was filming. He's like, oh, I didn't want people to think I wasn't doing the job, so
Yeah.
I cut it.
It's like
I'm like,
You know how much you matter? None.
Yeah, complete self-preservation
And I got second.
on that one. And
I got second.
Yeah, he came in second.
with a
and
totaled car.
yeah.
So
but
who-
I'm not mentioned.
Yeah, I'm
So.
curious to hear who won this thing.
Well, Rob won it.
Okay.
So his car set fastest lap and then caught fire.
It did, but
makes
it
sense.
set
Okay.
fastest lap, fastest average lap, and caught fire. I get that's like getting a mark in golf. It's like a Sandy or something like that. I get extra points for actually catching fire and winning. So
I mean,
So you made the rules up as you went along, I say.
he,
Yeah.
he did. He
Yeah.
did. Yes.
Oh.
It's your show.
well,
so.
well, no. To be fair, the rules were 20-minute hot lap sessions, and nobody except for
Mine.
maybe
See,
Matt's
my car was the only car to survive a
would
20-minute
have been
hot lap
able to
session.
do 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
well, he pulled it in. As stuff started getting hot, he just started pulling it in because there's no.
He had topped it out.
It wasn't
Yeah.
on fire until it came to a stop.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it didn't catch on fire, and then he had to stop because it was on fire.
Right.
Like, it got hot,
Well, that's
and then
when-
he came in, and then it caught fire.
Well, then the pressure builds and everything.
Yeah.
It blows all the hoses
Oh, it
off,
was,
and then
I
it's
mean,
a fireball.
glory. It was dramatic.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you shoot it backlit. It was really,
it was
it was really nice.
It was nice. It was the shot, the money shot that we needed.
Was
so.
that the first time the vet's been on fire? I have a feeling it wasn't.
It was the first time the vet's ever been on fire.
Wow, I'm surprised. I'm actually
Rob was
surprised at that.
shockingly calm.
Oh.
When someone says fire and it's my car, I go
I
into
freak
like
out a
a
little
panic.
bit. Yeah.
But it's why I built it. Like, I mean, I didn't build it to catch
built it to
fire,
catch
but
Catch
I
on fire?
But
Yeah.
I
All
built
right.
it to beat the shit out of it, and I want to see where it fails because we've got a much bigger race coming up in January, and I don't want to be like he came in and he's like, hey, it's running a little hot, it's running 225,
Yeah, a little hot.
and I said just go back out when you see it at the 240 mark, then you can back it down, but keep pushing it. I don't want to do a couple of laps, let it cool down, do a couple of laps, and then
245 it hit?
245 is when it.
I feel like
popped,
that's
yeah.
not that bad considering we had a brand new Corvette out. We were hitting 260.
Yeah, well,
Were you
260
really?
is the
Yeah, thermal.
260 is the
Yeah.
limit in the car, but I don't know. On the expansion tank, he probably has a 240 cap on it or
Yeah.
something, and that's why it popped.
You see how fast Justin Bell got out of that thing when you said fire?
Yeah, he got out real quick.
He's
That's
spry.
his training.
Yeah.
So Rob was fastest, and then Tommy had a R32 Skyline. What is all in that car?
Just turbos, intercooler piping, Haltech, and E85.
So a
And
bunch.
Makes
Yeah, it's
485.
just like a couple of things. Bolt-ons.
Not
Almost
stock.
500 horsepower.
I mean, it totaled, so the whole
Totaled.
side was smashed in. So it's amazing that he raced it all, but
Well,
it
not
was real
structurally totaled. It
No,
was.
it's
It
ugly
looks. It
totaled.
just looks
Right.
ugly. Yeah.
It looks
but
ugly.
It's,
It was nice because I could just bash the fenders to get
Yeah.
the tires to fit.
fast. I mean, starting with an R32 though,
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Those cars are out of the box. They're incredibly, capable
Yeah.
and crazy. I mean, not to impugn your
Yeah.
tuning work, your decision making, and whatnot. The car works good.
Yeah.
It was fast. And then my car, and then Dave Patterson, that had a
240,
whole lot of
right?
motor.
Yep.
Had his-
2 JZ swap.
Yeah, had a lot of motor, but he had like no
these are so-
tires and no brakes.
He
Yeah.
literally had no booster. So
Manual brakes.
Yeah.
Well, I
manual
mean, that's
brake.
the whole thing. We all know,
Good
like,
Lord.
most project cars will always be a project, and not many are sorted. Like, you and I do this we drive that junk for a living.
Yeah.
So, and we know it's like, well, I'll probably make it to the
It's
end
how-
of the video.
How long is the list of items given to the host when he gets in the
Right,
car?
yeah.
So fortunately for me, it was just hand Justin the key and go. And even your car too is here's a key, go. There wasn't really much to
My
it.
car, one switch. I said traction control is the first switch on the left. Turn the key and go. Like
Yeah,
it's
but
not-
your
there's-
car caught on fire.
It did catch.
Yeah,
on
but
fire.
weren't you telling? Somebody was telling me about the window switches in your car that you have to touch 2 wires to a battery
battery.
and then flip them over and then really.
Here comes the
Is that
story. Here
right?
comes he's stopping and he's going, I got to think about
It
this.
doesn't. It doesn't have window switches right now. I have window switches. We just haven't wired it up. before this event, my gauge cluster was getting a little finicky with the gauges. So AEM sponsored the car. They gave me the Infinity. They gave me the computers. And I didn't want to change it out. But and the guy's like, yeah, I could do it in a couple of hours. Guy takes it apart. He's like, oh, this harness is wrong. And so then I'm like, all right, just put it back the way it was. Puts it back together with the stock harness. Thing won't start.
Right.
So then I'm like,
sounds
shit.
like my problem.
Now that's project car problem. So now I had to get the Infinity and everything installed in the car the week before this, and we didn't have time to do the body harness or anything. We just got it running and then brought it out. So the window switches, the blinkers, the wipers, that all comes later. But right now I had to get it running so I could go in.
Right.
So. All right. And you don't need windows for that.
No, it's true. Fair enough.
We have about 10 minutes of show left. I got to kick Lars off my panel.
That's all right.
I love the man. His car was excellent. But it looks like your arm is falling asleep from Facebook Live over there. I thought that was going to be about 10 minutes.
Right.
And I want to get Mr. Larry Kosilla, who's been patiently waiting over there. Are you working, Larry? You want to come talk? All right. I'm going to kick Lars off right now. Bye,
all right, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Check out the one take with Lars's Juke, which went up today. It's real crazy. And then let's drive it on some gravel later, right? And hook up with Musto after this.
Absolutely, brother.
Get Larry in here. So,
thanks, everyone.
We'll finish the Project Car Challenge. Thanks, Lars.
Yeah.
Larry,
I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
how much did you have to do the week before your car went out?
Nothing.
What did I do? Well, so 2 weeks before it went out, I brought it down to BBI, which they deal with my car. I'm enough. Hi, Larry.
What's up?
I know enough to know I'm not a good wrench. So I brought it to BBI, and they just they changed the oil filter, the air filter, checked things.
So maintenance.
Just they have a pre-track service.
Yeah.
It is like an oil change, check your tire pressures, check your torque, your
brake pads,
your bullshit, you know. And I gave them a couple $100, and they did that. And the car has never, when I got it back from that oil change, it felt nice and tight and good and ready, and that was it. Put it in the trailer.
Okay.
What's up, Larry?
What's going on, man? Long time no see.
Larry Kosilla, Ammo MIC.
2 hours.
I'm sorry, I set you on the sidelines for a minute, Larry.
No, I'm getting set up for the next podcast.
Well, it seemed like you were hustling over there.
I am. I got the hustling detailing group behind
crew.
you guys ready to go.
Well, they can wait like we had to wait, you know.
I see how it is.
Larry needs to get in on the next Project Car Challenge.
Yeah, I'm ready.
964.
Yeah, I'll have 100%.
But you guys got to do it on the East Coast.
Yeah.
No, we decided
No, we don't.
No, you're shipping your car to wherever we go.
It's math, right? So you're guaranteed to have sunshine in California.
That's actually true.
Right.
So you don't have to throw away a track rental.
Yeah, and you're the I can ship it through you probably, right?
Yeah,
Rob?
Rob's got it. Rob's got it on a hookup.
Yeah.
So how's your SEMA, brah?
It's been good, man. I think it's a little less crowded, unless you guys talked about this already.
Today is the most crowded day, I think.
Oh, that seems pretty.
But in
crowded,
general, I think it's been less than last year.
Yeah.
Because everybody's still waiting in line to get in.
Yeah.
The security is high.
the amazing security with it.
I have a bag today because we're doing a podcast and I have my computers and stuff.
Yeah.
So Musto goes in and I get in the bag line. The guy takes a tongue depressor, but he's yelling at somebody behind me and he's not looking. He's taking the tongue depressor and he's tickling my bag and he goes, "Go ahead." And I swear to you, he never looked in my bag.
I brought my suitcase here because I'm going straight to the airport. And
Yeah.
let me tell you something. They only saw the things in my suitcase that I chose for them.
Right.
Yeah, I opened one flap and they looked in it. The other flaps could have
Move
been
along.
Yeah.
The impression of security is really high, though.
Yeah.
No, they don't care.
I feel secure now.
Well, they got some VIPs. They've had like proper VIPs at the Magnaflow booth, and so
A lot of people
Andretti
going
was like
out.
over here before. That dude's a boss. He did Mario Andretti did 3 hours of signings yesterday.
Nice.
Wow.
Guys, how do you even use your hand after that? I went to a Magnus signing at that Park House place in Miami. That guy can fill a room, and when I tell you he signed 1,000 books.
That's
He
great,
went
though.
through,
God bless
a
the guy.
case of pens. How do you even use your hand after that?
Yeah.
Oh, craziness. So who's got? All right. Well, then now that I don't know. Now that's gone nowhere. What do you guys want to talk about, huh?
So
Well, we'll talk about the whole. I mean, if you can do the Project Car Challenge, so you're going to bring the Mustang again.
Yep.
I guess. Yeah. We're gonna have to
Right.
find some horsepower somewhere.
Your vet,
My vet.
Larry, Porsche,
Yep.
I'm probably bringing the Skyline.
Skyline.
Or a Skyline.
Yeah. He's got a new Skyline that's nice
I'm
and
gonna
not
swap
cracked.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
going to be a legit. The January challenge. This was just like us getting together and screwing around and going and getting some beers afterwards.
Yeah.
January is going to be a multi-day event starting in Atlanta, ending in Miami, and we're really trying to vet the cars to find the best car the YouTubers can build, and then we're shipping it to the Nürburgring. and that would be interesting. And
That's
then
new.
Look at Larry. Aaron's like,
my
"Excuse
brain.
me?"
I was like, wait a second. I came in late here, but did we change our plans from last night, or what are we talking about? Or is this a totally different?
you're doing a different one, or are we?
We're not doing a different one, but the Nürburgring is news to everybody.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no,
All right,
it's
as of
always been
right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we've got two parallels. We've got tuners like Hennessy coming out, and they're going to be racing each other while we're racing each other with our cars. And we're going to take the fastest tuner car and the fastest YouTuber car, ship them both to the Nürburgring, and see what happens.
And then we do extreme toge battle.
Sick. I'm down.
Wheel
but
to wheel. We import the best motoring drivers who just scream at each other in Japanese.
Why can't we do something like that?
Best
in
motoring?
that is the
Best motoring
greatest
is the
show ever.
Yeah.
It is.
You know, and everything was like filmed in like 240. So when you see it now, it's
Yeah.
like looking at cars through a cloud. It's
Yeah.
awful.
But it's like it would be very hard to do that in America without it being really racist. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Well,
it has to be from Japan.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
yeah, but that's fine.
Because all the funniness of it is the utter Japaneseness of it.
The like borderline creepy girl
Right,
stuff.
like we couldn't make it. You need Japanese
Japaneseness.
people.
We stole the
You know what
American
I'm
Ninja
talking
Warrior.
I know what you're talking about. It's a great word.
Japaneseness?
Japaneseness, yes.
Japanesity?
Yes.
What's the word?
Nicity.
What's
Japanicity.
We took Ninja Warrior. That was a good show in Japan,
Yes.
and then we took that and said we're going to put Americans.
Well,
on it.
I mean, everything would have to be privately owned, right? Because the beauty of Best Motoring was that you would see like the best
Press
manufacturer. Yeah, but
wheel to wheel?
yeah, but if you tell
it's
like
amazing.
manufacturers and be like, I need a press car to do this, they're gonna be like, yeah, when I gonna let you do that.
Yeah.
Some people would. Others would
There's
not.
like 4.
I've had two manufacturers tell me that their press cars can't be on track with other cars at
Right.
the same time.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And I've heard some that were like, "You gonna mix it up? You gonna get out there, get real, get that video."
I think we should all do it with like the cheapest press cars we could find.
Spec Mirage.
Like like
wanna do
Mirage
the
against
12 hours.
Elantra against,
We wanted to do the 12 Hours of Sebring, which is a race at Sebring in which we all bring Sebrings. And we get Chrysler
Oh my
Sebrings,
God.
and it's literally a 12-hour enduro in Sebrings.
that sounds.
I mean,
pretty
the whole race would cost us about $16.
KARS, cars for kids. I think we got to get off the stage because you got your thing
what time
happening,
is it?
right?
Yeah, it's 12:02.
12:02.
2 minutes late.
Yeah, you're
we got to
30
go.
minutes in.
Get out.
I got to go to San Francisco.
Yeah. Get a new
Give it
car,
for a good
baby.
reason.
Yeah, I'll tell you if my AAA rates have gone up as of tomorrow. I'll let you know. Thanks for coming on, guys. Appreciate you joining me here at SEMA. Thanks to MagnaFlow for having us. Where's Chris Hayes hiding in the back? I thought Chris Hayes might make it.
Over in the corner. There he is.
Thanks to Chris Hayes for setting up this bullshit. The Smoking Tire Podcast is powered by Shout Engine. Get your own podcast at shoutengine.com. All you need is a few microphones, some sort of internet connection, and something meaningful to say. And if you're me, sometimes not even that. Mike Musto, House of Muscle on YouTube.
That's it.
Larry Kosilla, AmmoNYC.com.
Yes, sir.
Tommy FYeah on YouTube and everything else. Your Instagram is really funny, too. I like to. And Rob Ferretti, Super Speeders, etc. Did I miss anything?
No, I think we
I
got
think
it.
you're good, man.
All right. Thanks, MagnaFlow, for doing this, setting it up. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.
You got it. Later.